Oh.
No, it's going to be quite a while. So
Okay. Yeah.
go ahead. This would be a chance to talk about Josh. Wait, why is that light on?
I don't think so.
I think we're live.
Are we?
All right.
Okay.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. We're live at the headquarters of My Big Fat Bloody Mary. As usual, we're doing a product review. We're pretty excited to be doing Dimitri's Bloody Mary mix seasonings today. We have a few distinguished new panelists and some staff members who we'll introduce. We have Josh, Amanda, and Mary, our new panelists. They're from El Paso, Texas. They're going to bring a unique Texas perspective to the review.
Yes.
I won't tell you too much about them, but they each have unique skill sets, but also very unique limitations and quirks that will probably come up throughout the course of the
Quite
review.
obvious.
Yeah, you'll
know.
You will know.
I don't have to tell you
when you see them.
I'll spare you.
Greg, I can't see who's posting in that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Greg. This is Erica, of course. She's going to be our social media coordinator, and she just pointed out that she's not able to see comments.
There's an audio feedback on our computer.
One moment, please.
Stand by.
Turn that off.
You're gonna have to bring it back up though. That's what happened last time. Because somebody posted.
Is that where we're going to see the comments?
What did he say? Oh, somebody else commented. Is this the live feed?
Yeah. I wouldn't call it
It's blowing up.
lively per se, but we
Somebody
are live.
posted
Impressive.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here,
You
can
wouldn't
look at
know
my
sitting
phone
on the
as
other
well.
side watching it on the computer what's going on.
Thank you.
You wouldn't know.
Wow.
Impressive.
Because
Yeah.
somebody else commented.
There you go.
Thank you.
There's our social media director, Erica.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're all up
Demitri
and
is
running.
watching.
Yes, so, yeah.
Well, that's a lot of pressure. Yes, we're going to be rating 4 different flavors of Dimitri's. Pretty unique product.
We have sound tonight.
Okay, good. That's great. People can hear us.
Maybe.
So what they sent us was, well, quite phenomenal, really. 4 different flavors. They're classic, which is kind of the traditional recipe. They have an extra horseradish flavor, also a chilies and peppers, and chipotle habanero. And they sort of range in spiciness in the order that I just presented them, I think. This is kind of a unique product compared to the ones we've done in the past. Rather than buying this in a ready-to-go bottle, this is kind of a concentrate that you just mix with tomato juice. So right away, I like the fact that I can use my Sacramento tomato juice. To me,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think one of the benefits of this kind of a setup is they don't need as many preservatives. Once you, I think, mix it with the tomato juice, the acids in that break things down. So a lot of mixes have to have a lot of preservatives and I'm sure Erica will read all the ingredients as usual. You'll find there are no preservatives in it. And I went ahead and mixed it up in advance so that people didn't have to watch us
See the housekeeping,
do that.
right?
That was boring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The housekeeping. So before we get going, let's just let people know that you can interact with us as usual on Facebook. If you go to the event page, we'll be watching your comments, responding to them if they're appropriate.
That's key. It's a family show.
Just take it easy.
Not really. But
Yeah.
Yes.
Take it easy. Yeah. But also, we've got a phone number that people can call us at. And I'll give that number out. It's 608-352-0880. And Josh, he'll repeat that with his Texas accent. for the southern part of the country.
Absolutely. 608-352-0880.
That is such a unique accent. You probably aren't even aware of it, but it's really, really thick.
Yeah.
To
Southern
us.
drawl.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I could barely understand it.
Well,
I mean, it had a great cadence to it. It was almost musical in nature. But yeah, so thanks for
absolutely
that.
welcome.
That's one of the things that
Just call in if you need a translation.
Yeah,
No
yeah. Translators are standing by as well. So, okay, one piece of advice that I got was just get right to it and quit talking so much. So let's do that. Wait, I'm going to talk some more. Let's just recap last week. If you guys didn't catch it, you can look at our old reviews on the website, bestbloodymaryrecipe.com, or if you Google My Big Fat Bloody Mary, you'll find it. And there's a link there with all of our previous reviews. And we've done, I don't know, about probably 100 or 3 of them.
Yeah,
They're
I
all
haven't
on
seen
there.
all of them. I'm trying to catch up.
You can rewatch them at your leisure. But last year we did a product called Miss Mary's
last
week.
Yeah. Okay.
Morning Elixir. And mixed reviews on it. I would say on the whole, it was pretty good. I mean, I liked it. We generally liked it. Erica had some issues with the ingredients, but pretty good stuff. Very unique. Looking forward, this won't be broadcast, but we have Lydia Lovelace playing live in this very room Sunday night. And we're pretty stoked about that. One of the
Big deal.
bigger deals
Great talent.
Yeah. So let me just plug her, Lydia Lovelace. Look her up. Her music is phenomenal, and you'll think we're pretty cool once you hear her. You know that we have.
She's cool enough to probably throw a few points our way. I think.
I think so. You got to give us some street
street
cred. That's the only reason I mention it.
Maybe drop that name.
I'll do it. Not above it. No. And then our next review is going to be Remedy Bloody Mary Mix. This is a company out of Holman, Wisconsin, local. Yep.
Good.
And so we're going to be doing that probably in the next week or two. So that's that. Let's, without any further ado, Erica, would you run and grab the vodka? I seem to have forgotten it.
Oh, geez.
Wait, I'll time you. Go. In the meantime, a toast to our Texas friends and loved ones.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Erica can catch up when
Prost.
she comes back. Prost.
Salud.
We also have a new director of lighting. We're pretty excited about. Each time we do one of these things, we learn some technological. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I mean, thanks. Some technological aspect that we can improve upon. Remember, a few weeks ago, we bought that pretty expensive camera, but one of the problems we were having was the lighting. It was never quite right. And if you notice how perfectly things are lit right now, I mean, we're looking at a monitor.
I think you've made a good move on this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we brought in Jesse as our lighting director. I don't know. You want to come on and say hi? I mean, it's not just that she. It isn't just that she's good looking. It's not why we hired her, but it doesn't hurt. But okay.
There we go.
That's the little nuance.
Yeah.
People probably aren't even
details.
aware of what
You'll
the
have to
things
watch.
that she's doing with that light that are making the.
But the third time people watch this review, they'll be picking up on things.
The shadows, how the way that it catches the.
It's like No Country for Old Men. Just every time you watch it, you get something else out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
it
is. It's a stylish piece, isn't it? That we're doing
really is,
today.
Yeah, but we don't want to go into films.
Oh no, we wouldn't. So let's giddy up here. Things started.
Which of the 4 are we trying first?
We are. Well, thanks for asking, Erica. I thought we'd start with the classic. That's their original recipe. If you could pass me your glass, I'll fill up your jug.
Don't overdo it, Greg.
Do or don't?
Don't.
See that? Real restraint.
Whoa.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Restraint.
I always measure very carefully. I'm very precise about this.
I see. I see.
Say when.
When?
Okay.
Greg's gonna fill his entire
Oh,
glass.
he's not. Don't advocate that.
Product, not the vodka.
That's right.
Good.
Good.
Jeez,
Is that too much?
that's too much.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start with the classic. Now, as I mentioned, you make it up in advance. It doesn't take long. Literally, you take a container like this, you mix it in, you add the tomato juice, boom, good to go. So pretty handy. I have it in mason jars. Not ideal, but I didn't have 4 matching decanters. So thank you. And we are going to run that through a shaker.
Okay.
Even though it's pre-mixed, we want to make sure it's thoroughly mixed and chilled. Now, we have 4 of them to get through, so I'll probably put a little less vodka in my next one.
Yeah.
I don't want to impair my judgment from the get-go. Okay.
By the habanero, you're just gonna be like, this is great.
The blathering
Yeah.
idiot. Wait, that was last week.
Oh yeah.
All right, once again, same process. We'll go backwards. Talk amongst yourselves.
Maybe we give a shout out
Justin's
to
like, can I get one?
cousin Mike.
Yeah.
You know, he's
No
been
good.
a long time fan. No good from Nogales.
Yep.
Cousin Kira, I believe, might be out there. We've got all the Tooks, my brothers, Adam, Matt, probably my parents. They're very proud. Your parents,
Gustafson
Penny's,
clan.
yeah,
Yeah.
Grants, Bert, Mr. Chance, man. Sorry.
Do we need
Yeah.
straws?
Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are no words.
Killian is thrilled.
We do.
Can we get our camera intern Samuel to get us some straws? Okay, so
Good job.
speaking of straws, you got to see this. I'll bring this up to the camera. Excellent, thank you. They also sent us these. I don't know if our lighting director approves of this.
Oh, yeah. She's got the right light. It's
Does she
okay.
have the right light? Yeah.
There's the quality. Quality's improving.
So,
Lighting quality. Wow.
pepperoni straw.
International community is
Yes.
thrilled.
So I kid you not, this is a straw constructed of pepperoni. So we're gonna offer these up to any of the panelists who'd like to try.
Pepperoni straw. Yes.
I'm sorry, Demitri. I'm going with a regular straw.
Straw?
We need
I ate a lot of
pepperoni
turkey
as
today.
well. Pepperoni.
Outstanding.
Now,
So
we got to be careful. We don't want to skew our opinion because we're drinking through pepperoni. I mean, although I guess that's part of the experience too.
Yeah.
I mean, as a purist, maybe we should just use the straw. I don't know. Well, let's give it a whirl. We got
You
4 bloodies to get through, so.
Let's do it.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Well, yours would taste like that.
mine's nice and salty. Mm.
Michael Took can't get over the quality of the lighting. Certainly not entry level.
Clearly not.
And
It's not
Sam,
entry level.
are you from the Milwaukee office?
Yes.
Yep. He is
That's
indeed
true.
from the Milwaukee office, Michael. Good observation. Thank you.
Yep. Sam's our camera intern.
Mhm.
He's,
He's doing a hell of a job.
it's an unpaid internship. It's a pretty thankless job. So we
Sort of
Yeah.
a lateral promotion.
Well,
from
no, we
Milwaukee.
pay him in bloodies and beer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where else you can get experience like
But
that.
you get
already
paid
got your
in beer and
Come
booze
again?
and stuff.
You
So
bite your straw?
yeah.
Yes.
You can, but you can't bite too much bitter. You won't have a straw. You know?
I know.
We'll back up. Tasty. Well,
Well,
Demitri wishes he was here.
Demitri himself.
Yes.
Wow.
Holy cow. I'm really nervous now. He's actually watching. No, this is really good.
Yes.
This is.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Well,
Let's get to it. How about we start, Mary? Do you want to have any thoughts on it? We have a standard scale that we adhere to. It's the International Bloody Mary Mix Rating Scale of 0 to 77.
Okay.
It's a standard. Most people are familiar with it. So any thoughts? And then we'll ask you to put a number on it.
I really like it. I mean, kind of biased because Bloody Mary is my favorite drink, but I like how there's still a hint of spice to it. It's perfect if you really do like the traditional Bloody Mary taste. On a scale from 0 to 77, I would give it a 70.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
I'm
Mary?
next. You definitely taste the spiciness, the salt aspect. I do like a salty drink. For me, not too much spice. So if you don't like things on the hot end, this is the drink for you. This is the Flav. I would give it a 69.
Let's go.
Joshua?
yeah, I think, I
In your own
prefer
words,
a
please.
spicier, and they did a fine job. I prefer a little more spice, but if I were having fish, something that was very subtle, this would complement it pretty well. A good day beverage.
Yep.
So, I'd probably about a 71, pretty high.
Yeah.
I'm high on this. It's a good product.
Yeah. We'll wait till you get to the fourth one. You'll be really high.
That's why I left a couple of numbers in there. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. So I'm kind of with Josh on that. I'd give it, good marks. It isn't real spicy. And the older I get, probably the more spice I tolerate. And I'm kind of used to a more spicy. But I think as Amanda said, and Mary, this is a good kind of a standard bloody, sort of what you expect, but really nice flavors, good flavor, not real spicy. I think I'd go 71 on it. I mean, there's not a lot of room for improvement, but
for what it's trying to do, I think
Exactly.
it's hitting the mark. It's right there.
it's a good meat and potatoes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's move on. Oh.
Hey. All right. Well, I have to do my thing and read the ingredients and all that stuff. Plus, I should probably let people know that this little bottle does make 32 pint-sized drinks.
Whoa.
And it also is a good marinade or sauce for food just by itself. So it's multi-purpose.
Yeah, we've done quite a bit of that, actually.
We've done tests on that as well. But so let me just read this quick. It's Worcestershire sauce, which is vinegar, molasses, sugar, anchovies, water, hydrolyzed soy and corn protein, onions, tamarind, salt, garlic, cloves, chili peppers, natural flavorings, and shallot. Spices, chili pepper puree, prepared horseradish, which is grated horseradish, roots, white distilled vinegar, soybean oil, citric acid, and sugar. Lemon juice concentrate, red pepper sauce, celery seed, natural flavoring, xanthan gum, which is a natural stabilizer. So I guess my only concerns or questions for Demitri would be the hydrolyzed soy and corn protein. What's that? Plus, I don't think.
What is that?
I think in your little test packets that you sent us, those don't have as many ingredients as these bottles. I think I remember. Or it was vice versa, something like that. So I wondered what why
a lot of research.
it was like that.
To be able to pluck.
And then also, I mean, what are these natural flavors? That's kind of like a blanket term for anything, really. So
well, no, it would be something
if
natural.
you want to be forthcoming, Demitri, and let us know what those are, that'd be great.
We can be reached at
otherwise, your ingredients don't scare me that much. The ingredients don't scare me that much, so Yeah, overall, I would definitely rate this, I think, as well, a 70.
Okay. All right.
The spice is just fine for me. I don't care for a ton of spice, so I think
This hits it
the
about
classic is
Yeah.
about right.
Right. Yeah. Well, I wonder if maybe we could grab some cups to maybe
Whatever.
pour our extra into as we. Sam, would you grab us
Put the
4
camera
of those
down.
blue Keith Richards cups over there in the corner?
Oh, the blue Keith Richards cups.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I call them that because evidently when the Rolling Stone, was it Esquire? I think it was the guy from
Yeah.
Rolling Stone.
Did you just
Interviewed-
try to light your beef stick?
Keith Richards. Did you try to light it?
Oh, Mike wondered if
good.
you did.
You gotta-
All right.
You want to toast the end of it first, the foot.
I just took the
Before
label off.
lighting it.
Yeah.
It's just the
Okay.
tip.
Yep.
You probably knew that.
Sorry, I'm trying to read the
It
media.
came pre-punched. It was ready.
Yeah.
Thank you,
It was
Sarah.
calling me.
So in the interest of keeping things moving, if you're not able to finish your drink,
Oh, that sounds
Oh.
like a.
Are
you
you
can
pretty much
pour your
singling me
residual
out?
into a cup here and just we'll keep them aside.
Can we rate the
And-
mixture at the end?
Sample.
Set them here.
No,
What's left is yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That could be sort of a
the
wapatuli
artillery punch
of
just,
sorts.
yeah.
Yeah, I won't be needing that cup,
Mary,
but you guys might.
Keith Richards.
Mm, fantastic. Okay, well,
We'll work on that.
shall we move on? You know, the other thing that they sent us, and we're not using it right now, and maybe we should be, but they also have these rim shots.
Lost audio.
Oh,
Is that
on the rim shot.
It's back.
really?
In
That's
stereo.
what Mike's saying.
It's
Okay.
back.
So he also sent us, they have rim salts. I think this really makes for a nice drink when you have a little rim salt around the edge of the glass. If we can get some specialized
Nice.
lighting, thank you, Jeffy, on that.
This is
This is their traditional, and I'm sure Erica will want to read the ingredients. All natural.
Oh, you want me to read the?
In just a moment.
He's
Yeah.
answering about the protein thing.
And a bacon rim salt.
Oh,
Phenomenal. And we'll break that out later.
Well, this one's pretty easy. The regular rim shot is sea salt, ground celery, seeds, spices, and sugar. Bam. Okay.
Bam.
Kick it up a notch.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
know what those are.
Okay. Yeah. Good. And the bacon, you want to read that too, honey?
back up, standing up on the camera, please.
Ingredients? No?
Oh, the bacon? Yes. The
Bacon
bacon
rim salt?
is sea salt's natural bacon salt, which is salt, garlic, paprika, maltodextrin,
You guys can mix your own.
autolyzed yeast extract, spices,
Started out so
natural
classy.
flavor, and 2% or less of
Less
sunflower
reaching
oil
this
and
way, I
silicon
thought.
dioxide added
You
to
need another
prevent
bottle.
caking. Spices, sugar, silicon dioxide. Okay, a little more iffy, Demitri.
Well,
Sorry.
It's bound to get a little
And
trickier when
As
you
I talked about last week, the autolyzed yeast extract is the natural equivalent of MSG.
It
So if you
functions-
had an allergy to glutamate, you couldn't have this.
Oh,
Is that true?
Yes.
what would you do?
It's not the manufactured MSG, but it's a natural substitute.
Yeah, that's a really boring but interesting topic. I think you could debate that. I've read
Yeah.
different takes on that. If you go to the Whole Foods website, they sell products that have that in it.
Yep.
It's an umami flavor. It's an enhancement like salt would be. It's not synthetic like MSG. And honestly, I don't know all the science of it, but I'm okay drinking it. What?
Just standing up.
I give
Where's your-
Jesse my glass.
Some ice?
Oh,
I can give it back.
Oh.
Hold on, let me help you out.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll hook you up here. You want to use this?
Sure.
The Keith Richards?
I'll use the Keith Richards cup. Demitri did get back to us on the hydrolyzed proteins are sub-ingredients of Worcestershire sauce. And
okay.
he's told that they're all natural, but it's a college level type of description that we aren't
Clearly, we
meeting
are
right now.
we are not college level.
No,
This is
no,
English
we
level.
are
Best.
pre-college,
If that.
basically.
Right.
Yep.
We're not even post-secondary, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent.
Your elementary level right now. Can I have another straw? And then Jesse can have some as well.
Absolutely.
There
You got to
After I
keep your
put my
lighting
own
director
straw in
happy.
there. Sorry.
I mean, she has the power to make us look evil, happy, fat. Yeah, that's her doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Because
and
I've
that's
been
why
working
I-
on it for quite a bit. Like
Right, right.
I don't know that her lighting is showing.
I just want to say she's doing a fantastic job, and
Yeah.
if she'd like to thin me up a little bit, I'd appreciate it. No,
Yeah, if
not
you could
required.
maybe take a little bit of the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Yep.
be great.
From above, definitely.
Is it well?
Yes.
Hey, I don't know. I'll leave that to her.
Okay.
Okay, so what we have moved
Is this
on.
chilies and
Whoops.
peppers?
Sorry. As well, what we are moving on to. Which one is this? The chilies and peppers.
Oh.
This is nice. Yeah.
Now, I have to disclose, I've had Dimitri's before many times and was so impressed with it. For a time last year, I actually sold an ad on the website. So in the interest of transparency and disclosure, I'll put that out there. Made a ton of money doing that. I mean, you would be amazed. That's why I quit working.
Right.
I did that for, I ran the ad across the page for, I don't know, 3-4 months. And I've had enough pretty much to be comfortable these last 5 years. But I no longer do that. So I think I can be objective still.
Well, yeah, but that reminds me, though,
Right.
I think we need, all the tens of thousands of people out there. Check it out.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to click on an ad.
Yeah.
Just click on
That's a
one
great
ad.
point.
If you appreciate what we're doing here,
Yep.
show a little love.
It's each time you click on an ad on that website, it basically covers one drink. So you're basically supporting alcohol research. I think you can feel pretty good about that.
Oh, there was
And so we appreciate it. And we do, I always, when we review a product like this, I'll also on the website put a link to that product in case people do want to buy it. And so that link is there too. If you go to the website and just look under reviews, Dimitri's, you'll see that. Oh, is he going after that?
Yeah, he's going after that.
Yeah, he would.
Mm.
All right, I'm saving that for later.
Pepperoni straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's only a dog after all. Okay, so we're moving on to the chilies and peppers. Erica, are you going to read the ingredients? You don't have to.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, I think the classic ingredients were good enough because there'd be slight differences for the other ones. So
Mhm.
with just the spices
the
and
idea.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so give it a shot.
Did you want me
Go
to
on, get-
start or do we want Mary to start?
I kind of liked it when Mary started.
Okay.
Yeah.
She had the best review.
She did.
Really. So for the chilies and peppers, you can definitely taste the chilies and peppers. So if you aren't into spicy, it's definitely kicked it up a lot from the original mix.
Yep.
I personally like the spicier side of things. But it really is just focusing on the peppers, so it's not really as savory or tomatoey at all. It's just very peppery. So for that, I saw on a scale of 0 to 77, I'll give it about a 65.
What?
Yeah.
Let me
that's good.
just start out with a number. I'm going with a 75.
Wow. Has
Yeah.
that ever one? Have you ever had
75.
No, we've never had.
You've never had a 75?
No.
Okay, this is
Wow.
spicy. It's peppery.
Popping this cherry.
If
Yeah.
you do not like spicy, this has to be your second drink. So I'd recommend you start with that mild one,
Strategy.
kick it up.
There you go.
Strategy involved.
That's a good one.
77. This is definitely peppers. And from the Mexico border, this
Mhm.
is it.
She's talking
This is
from
where it's at.
experience.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Josh?
Excellent. That's the highest
What do I
mark
say?
we've had.
Yeah.
I think Papa, the Murphs. I want to say Papa. The Murphs got a
Murphy.
right. Murphs.
chain.
Gosh, famous. Murphs famous got close to. I don't know. They got a 69 or so, but yeah. Okay. Josh.
Yeah, it's good. If those of you that are familiar with the taste of chilies, it's not the overpowering heat. You get the complex taste of the chilies,
Right.
And that's nice. Still not quite hot enough for me.
Really?
But I'll go back to what I said before. For what you're trying to hit, if you're kind of on the borderline, you like just a little bit of heat, but you like a complex taste, I think you're going to like it. I'm going to give it a 70.
Yeah. Excellent. This to me is perfect, and it definitely, it tastes like a chili pepper. I mean, it really does have a fresh pepper. It's also got a little bit of a black pepper. It kind of lingers on the tongue like a little bit of black pepper. To me, it is perfect. I can't. I've never had a better mix than this one. I don't want to give it a perfect score. We got to keep room for improvement, but I'd
call it like I see it. I wouldn't hold back.
You would? I'm going to give it a 76. That way, Demitri, you can still do something, maybe he can, I don't know what he can do. Make a straw constructive pepperoni, something.
What?
So yeah. Highest marks, really good, really good. I've got a little bit of sweat, like it's got some
I
spice.
took my scarf off. I don't know if you noticed. I didn't have a scarf.
But it's not that, where you're really getting kind of frantically looking for the chaser kind of hot. It's just, to me, it just hits it. Uh-oh, we've got trouble.
Security's been alerted.
Oh boy.
Maybe shut the door, Sam. Thanks.
All right. Well, I don't know who is here.
Celebrity guest.
Oh.
Wow. Bruce Springsteen just walked in.
Yeah.
We're broadcasting live at this.
You guys are on
very
camera
moment.
live.
And we got chasers.
Wow. Okay, good.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah. Boys. Wow. Awesome.
We got a lot of Took boys in the house just now.
Yeah, we got to do something about the Took problem now.
Hi guys. What?
I saw my car open, so
Yeah, you should.
Good
Well,
call.
I'm gonna keep this rolling though. Sorry, no offense. No offense.
Right, we are broadcasting live.
Yeah,
so
I'm the
we're gonna-
timekeeper and the social media person. So anyway, the chilies and peppers, I would give it a 70 as well, because I don't like too much spice, but so it's a little spicy for me, but I appreciate that other people like spice. So I know it's a good mix. I'm not gonna say it's terrible, because it's not.
Well,
so.
that's good. I would hope you wouldn't.
It's
say
not terrible. No, it's not terrible. I like
Unless
it.
it
I
is.
like it. It's a little too spicy for me, but I know that everyone else enjoys it. So
Okay. Excellent. So pretty record-breaking marks on this.
Pretty
one.
high. Yeah.
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 Two of
I think
us
so.
kicked in over 75. I think
Two of
everyone
the
was
highest
70 or
marks.
over.
Yep.
That's pretty remarkable.
it's kind of like American Bandstand,
yeah,
Nice beat, easy to dance.
It's got a good blend.
Yep.
It's easy to drink.
you guys can
Right.
grab a chair over there if you want. Bring it over.
Go and get now. All right, I'm gonna.
Grab yourselves a beer out front if you'd like.
We're
There's
live.
some behind my
before a
bike
live
over there.
audience, so you never know what's going to happen in these broadcasts.
Don't
So-
worry, you're not on camera unless you're like by Mary or closer. So
Yeah, it comes off
you could sit on the machine and work out, and no one would know.
Well, so our next one,
Next, let's pass this around.
we're gonna. Yep, and there's more ice here, you guys. If you're probably need a little more of that. The next flavor is extra horseradish.
Ooh.
Horseradish is, boy, I'll tell you, that cuts people. They kind of love it or hate it. And I don't know if it's a Midwest thing. Would you say that it is?
I think so.
I think it is kind of
Those are
a
just-
popular in the Midwest. For me, I usually don't reach for horseradish in the summer months, but as football season comes on and I start tailgating, I like that horseradish.
I do.
So
I do
this
too.
is the extra horseradish.
Did you pour vodka in here? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's
I'm
that
like,
clear
Is that too much?
liquid. He's ready. Oh wow!
Let's start here.
As soon as I open it, wow,
I know. I was just thinking.
Oh yeah.
no doubt. That's some horseradish.
Gizmo wants some.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who else is
Gizmo's
ready?
right here.
Oh,
We gotta shake
definitely, yeah. A little light on the ice.
I see that. You might want. I'll leave you a little room for ice.
Good to go.
All right. Mix. Maybe?
Oh, you're gonna mix? Okay.
Oh yeah. Sir, mix it on.
How's that beef straw?
Mhm.
Oh, like the
It's pepperoni.
pepperoni straws are like
Not
a
too
great
shabby.
touch.
You'll wonder how you.
Without it. Yeah.
You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah. What? Why would you drink through a plastic straw?
Sorry, I'm a loser.
All right, here we go. Share.
All right. Thank you.
Here, cheers.
Yeah, I'm a purist. Like I said, I had a lot of leftover turkey today, so I'm needed out right now.
Oh,
You wanna mix that.
Nephew and niece, son, daughter-in-law, granddaughter.
You're leaving?
Yeah, gotta go.
Our studio audience is spontaneously exiting.
I'm going
So we don't have to have the applause meter on anymore. I guess there's
Get home
no
and watch it on the
no
web.
sense in that.
Okay.
Oh.
Good,
We'll
good.
get the full effect then.
I'll be with you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we love you, Jeff.
Feel free to call in at 608-352-0880.
Yeah.
That's a toll-free call if you have a cell phone in the United States.
Yeah, or if you live on 20. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's straight.
You have that? Yeah, that phone. Let's give that number again.
I have it.
I do. It's 608-352-0880.
And I don't know how this works, but there are people watching from Pakistan,
Yes.
Italy, Mexico, for sure, Canada. I don't know if they can make an international call or not, but that would be fun to hear from our Pakistani friends.
Demitri is effing thrilled.
Granddad Bluff. We got folks
Well, we
watching
have-
on Granddad's Bluff.
Well,
We don't care if he's thrilled. Honestly, we're being objective, and
Yeah.
if this mix was horrible, we would
We'd
we would
let him
tell
know.
him. Yeah,
And
it's
it might
not
be.
about
and it might be.
thrilling
We'll
Demitri.
see. Hold on.
This one might be the worst yet. This could be the first sub 10 rating. We don't know.
Wow. Okay,
don't-
Mary. Are we ready for Mary?
Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Let's just see
We
what
could
happens.
just drink this and just spit it across the room.
I just
I did that with
haven't even
one.
got my
Remember?
ice cube yet.
Remember that?
No, which one was that?
No consequences.
Mm-mm.
All right, who's ready? We start with Mary.
I think we should. Yeah, we got a routine
Yep.
here.
Okay.
The audience is they're comfortable with that progression, I think. So let's not shake them up.
So I like the full body taste where you can taste a bunch of things at once. You can definitely taste the horseradish, the pepper, and the tomato as well. So I'll give this one a 70.
Nice.
Solid.
Yeah.
All right. I have a love-hate relationship with horseradish. I am a current Texan, but was raised in the Midwest, right here in La Crosse.
It's true.
So on Easter every year, I was forced to eat horseradish
I
to
blame your
suffer.
father. Yeah, I
To
blame your
suffer with
father.
Jesus.
Daddy
So
issues.
love-hate. Haven't really touched horseradish since then, other than by accident and tonight. But surprisingly, I'll give this a 73.
Wow.
Full-bodied flavor.
So all
horseradish.
that therapy
Mhm.
evidently has paid off,
I'm coming back to horseradish.
and
Yeah.
you're
I'm
yeah,
back.
it's fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, I gotta say, I'm a big time fan of the horseradish.
First time caller, long
long-time
listener.
fan, and so I'm glad to see it. I think
WPR.
probably fits like you kind of alluded to in the Midwest, a little bit of a niche product. If you haven't had it, it's a bit of an acquired taste, but it's wonderful. It's really
Yeah.
this is good. full flavored. I mean,
Michael
you
took
would
this
think
one
you were
off
scooping
right now.
grating horseradish in
It
the back
is.
or
Full
something.
bodied flavor.
How do you
Yeah.
get that into a mix and convince a longtime horseradish eater that it's fantastic.
And the bouquet. I don't know if Bloody Mary is supposed to have that, but
Yeah,
It does.
We're getting to that part of the show where everybody's talking over the top of everybody. This is great.
I know. This is real. This is
Real.
when it gets real.
Yeah.
Remember that time when I punched you on camera?
That was real.
That was real.
It really happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
About
So I think it's probably, I'm going to give it a 73. I'm going to go 73.
that was my number. That's good.
Yeah.
Aw.
You were
Influence,
73 as
I
well?
was a 73.
After all these
It's not a daytime. I think it's not a summertime Bloody Mary. I look at it more
Good point.
fall.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm watching a football game. It's kind of like when you break out the big pan, you're making chili.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah,
time to
yeah.
go for
Seasonal.
it. Yeah,
Seasonal
yeah.
seasonal
Yeah.
Bloody
Okay, so you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
exactly.
Right. So much going on here. I got to say, this is the most unique so far, I think, because you open that thing up and it hits you. I mean, it's
Right.
wow. And
Effervescent.
right, if you don't like horseradish, you'll hate it.
You're right.
You're not going to like
Done.
it. The only other time I've gotten that nice of a horseradish experience is, do you remember when we sampled the Referent vodka?
Are they out of St. Paul?
Moscow on the Hill. I forget the guy's name. Out of St. Paul makes it, and it's a Russian infused, horseradish infused vodka.
They're
similar.
very Jewish.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's a kosher
We went there
vodka.
already.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but anyway, right away, real fragrant, which to me, part of the drink is that smell. That's why I'll put citrus on top and pepper so that when you bring the drink up, it hits you.
It's
It's
like a
part of the
meal.
experience that really comes out. Yes, I don't know. Umami, is that the word? It's real savory. It's got a
Thanksgiving.
pungency to it, but it's not. Again, the spice level kind of comes down.
Cornucopia.
Cornucopia.
It's not as spicy, but I like it a lot. It kind of surprised me, and I'm going to give it some pretty high marks too. Probably, it's not the one I would reach for normally, so I'm going to take it down from the
Keep
chilies.
it down over
We're
there.
on a live
peppers.
show here. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen.
And yeah, it's a
With all
live
due
studio audience. You never know what's going to happen.
Our sound engineer, I think, is the
Instigator.
So I am going to give it a solid 75.
Wow.
75, yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. And again, I'm probably not going to reach for it all the time. It isn't going to be my go-to, but man, when I do,
It's a mood
it's
drink.
good stuff.
It's a mood drink.
Yeah.
It's a mood drink.
Seasonal mood.
I'll just no. Okay. Michael Took says, "Why have a Black Friday when you can have a red one with Dimitri's?"
Oh, amen, brother. Woo! Mexico. Viva la Mexico.
Yeah. See.
I'm guessing that's not going to be Dimitri's new slogan, but
No.
if it is, I hope he gives Mike credit.
Yeah.
All right.
Give Mike a shout out.
Pakistan, weigh in. We got Mexico. Let's go.
Yeah. No. Any word from
Silas?
any of our international?
I don't know.
No.
Well, Mike.
Did I just make
Mike.
that up? I didn't.
pulled
So
that
Yeah.
out of my
did
hat.
you want my
Was it
review or
St.
no?
Paul?
Not, I don't know. Yeah.
Not
sure.
really.
Go
Okay. All right. Well, I think horseradish is my favorite of the four
Whoa.
Dimitri's.
We've only
It's not-
tasted 3.
I don't find it too spicy. And oh sorry, well I've tried them before, but
Oh.
I don't find it too spicy. Excuse me. And I don't know. I love
Chaser.
horseradish. I love horseradish. I'm sorry that you had a bad experience with horseradish, but I love horseradish.
When you're ready
Okay.
to talk about that,
Yeah.
I'm here
Yes.
for you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Your sisters are
Maybe
So
not on
I think
camera.
I will.
Yeah,
I
they're
will give
weeping
that
up on
a 72.
72, 73, 73. What were you?
70.
Dimitri is
70.
nailing it. I mean, these are
Yeah.
consistently really high marks.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done,
69
Demitri.
was the low.
Really? Holy
Well,
cow.
and I also will throw in there that the ingredients didn't scare me very much. So it also because my decision is
Yep.
also
You're
weighed
keeping that a
on
secret over there.
ingredients.
We don't know
so-
what's going on with the ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't think there's a lot of variation in ingredients with the other three.
No,
I mean,
no,
we
it's
could read
an
them.
addition of a pepper or something. You
A
know,
lot of the
so-
feedback has been that the ingredient section of the show is almost as boring as my intro.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
no sense in
Right.
beating that horse too much. So wow, all above 70 again.
That's awesome.
And the dog has not jumped up onto the couch yet.
Oh,
There
he's
it
on me,
is.
though. There
Got
he
There it
is.
is. Pete, there are
Done.
people that have pools. At what point in the show Gizmo is going to jump onto a lap?
Gizmo.
Or
I'm sure
eat
this is
something
later.
out of someone's drink.
Gizmo
Mhm.
wants my pepperoni stick.
Yeah, he will bite that out of your hand.
Good God, y'all.
We heard from Ralph Leibowitz yet. I don't think we have.
You know-
Mr. Leibowitz has been conspicuously
And
absent
he
from this
doesn't
conversation.
actually have Facebook.
No, he is watching though.
But he's supposedly watching. That's why I was wearing
No,
the
he
hat.
is. He is. We communicated just before the show. He is tuned in.
Amanda,
So
can you
let's-
put this on Gizmo's head?
Oh,
Thank
I thought it was
you.
going to be mine.
Mm.
But
Oh, well, you can
Yeah,
wear it
Nice.
too.
I wear it for 1
Yep,
second.
there you go.
So
the Guy Fieri
Rolf,
hat.
Rolf in San Diego, he's been on site on at least one of these reviews and given us some technical support. So we're glad to have him watching. And out of respect, I'm going to not imitate him for a change
For a change, we're not gonna
until
do
we
it.
get to the final.
And then we'll just do the whole
tasting.
final.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do the last segment, and we have 10 minutes remaining. I'm going to do the last 5 minutes as Rolf Lee.
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
That's
Fair
that's
enough.
fair.
Fair
Are we
enough.
moving on? Are we
That's
moving on?
fair. Yeah.
We are
Am I
moving
the
on.
timekeeper?
We're getting a little. Oh, we've got some ice. Good. Okay.
Ooh, okay, we got some ice.
I'm just going to finish this one. I don't want to save it for later. Yeah, that is good.
Jesse, how's that cup?
You know,
Fine.
Jeff, who was here earlier, commented about the American Bandstand, the common.
Is
Good
there a
reference
cup I
point
can-
there.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
comes a different level of experience with that.
They got to where they told contestants not to say two things that were
No, I think we're
oversaid.
good.
Good beat, easy to
Thank
dance
you.
to. And I actually watched it one time where this young gal said those two things, and Dick Clark cracked up and he said, we tell the contestants not to say these two things, and this young lady just said both. One of the things I am trying not to say
Good, thank
is
you. Ooh, it's okay.
tasty. It's
Yeah,
tasty, but
That's
it
not
just
a good word.
it's
That's not
overused.
good adjective.
I don't know. Freedom of speech. It's America. Dick Clark tells me
Oh,
not
it
to
is
use
now.
it. It's tasty.
Yeah.
And you can't stop me.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's try another one, shall we?
Four.
We're running out of
Pass that
time. You
around.
want a little more vodka?
I'll help you.
I don't know why they call it 1.75
So
liters. It sure doesn't last long.
No.
Good. Like you could have it in
Understood
a
that.
can and it's pretty good.
Enough ice there.
But
EB?
usually in a bloody, you don't.
Sure you do.
It's strong out, but
Oh, absolutely.
You got yours?
Yeah.
I got some. Oh, Demitri is.
This is interesting
I got
that
some. I got some.
I'm
I'm not gonna drink that much of the hot one.
You don't know that yet.
You don't- yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I shouldn't like
Yeah,
we
yeah,
didn't look at what they were before we even started.
okay, once again, I'll absorb some of you.
Mike, tell Mike
excess
I'm gonna
mother's
patent
milk, as the
that
Russians.
DL or what that. Well,
Hi.
I
getting
don't know.
more into the good part of the
Slogan.
show
He's
now.
gonna patent that
This
slogan.
is where the part where anything can happen.
He's
This
gonna
is-
patent that slogan.
Okay. I think you began speaking Pakistani.
That was
It's an
Hey,
international
hey,
community. Does it say
hey,
Saigon?
that
on
was
there?
how
What
it was, and then
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
okay.
Okay.
Mike, we're getting a
Not
lot
me.
of
He
love
was
on the
using
show.
a lot of
Drunk.
foul
All right.
language, and you were obviously
Get those
flustered.
podcasts.
All right, moving right along because we only have an hour and a half left.
Yeah.
Scared you, didn't I?
What?
7 more.
We got about 7 minutes. So we're moving on to the final flavor. I
Speed
saved
round.
this for the end. It is the spiciest.
It
It's
frightens me.
that Chipotle habanero. And what I heard was this was developed just for a trade show. He wasn't initially planning to market this, but whenever he would go to these different food, trade shows, people would ask for like, what's the spiciest you've got? Or,
Yeah.
And so just for fun, he made a batch of something that was real spicy. And the response evidently was like overwhelming. People, there are people that love the spice.
Yep.
So this is
This is it.
what that's for.
Bring it on.
Shall we?
Josh will be thrilled.
Shake it up a little bit.
This?
Yeah.
You shake it up. Okay, now stop shaking it. There you
All right,
go.
Mary.
And here, speaking of shaking it up,
Yeah, let me
there's
have
your
it.
cocktail shaker.
I'm doing the shaking.
Shake your cocktail shaker. I promised I wouldn't sing.
Oh, let's sing.
Kumbaya, my love.
No, that
Hey.
reminds me of horseradish.
Sing by the door and I'll help you out. What
Easter and horseradish.
Okay, you're just having a little of this.
Yeah. Thank you.
De nada.
Just a little.
Ask Vanessa. De nada.
Hi, baby Mikey.
Hey, where's
Yeah.
little Mikey at?
Baby Mikey. I want him.
Future co-host on the.
Yes.
Got to be on one of these.
Yep.
Our host in training,
Yeah.
Mike Jr., I'm sure he's watching
Segundo,
and benefiting
Miguel.
from some of the low tones and some of the lighting. I mean, I'm sure he's able
Absolutely.
to
All right. Is this good, Kelly?
benefit. All right, here we go. Chipotle habanero.
Is this going to have an after kick or what?
Not at all.
You sure?
I don't know. Is our home
Wait, I took a
insurance?
sip.
Is our insurance up to date?
Oh, sign
I don't
issues
know.
resolved.
That's you.
I'm not gonna lie, that tastes like gasoline. I'm kidding. Just seeing if Demitri is still watching.
He is. He is still watching.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, ding!
right.
Yeah, those little dings in your
Oh,
hair
Mike-
are
Mike
people interacting.
repurposed that line from a
Calamari?
calamari head.
Clamato.
What?
Are you
Clamato?
saying clamato? or
Clamato?
Calamari? That darn autocorrect.
Oh.
Yeah, calamari. That's weird.
All right, Mary, what do we think? Should we start? I don't want
I need a minute to kind of
to.
just contemplate this one, but
For me,
go ahead. I'm over here
this drink
contemplating.
is on point.
There we go. Military term. It's good.
Oh, that.
I'll translate that for you.
I mean, it's perfect. I already said I like a festive drink where you can taste a bunch of things going on at once.
Ding.
You taste the chipotle, you taste the habanero, but you're still aware that you're drinking a Bloody Mary. Very well-rounded taste. Love it. 76.
Nice.
Wow. What way in?
Yeah.
That's your
my
obviously
favorite.
your favorite.
That's
then.
her favorite.
It's my favorite.
Okay, for me, not a spice queen, as in the high end. I like the low spices. But this one, you have to drink it. Inhale, breathe. It definitely opens up the nasal passages. It clears sinuses.
It's medicinal.
Although it's not too spicy. So it does have a medicinal purpose as well as a
That's
recreational
science
purpose.
right there, the medical purpose. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So I would say,
It's legal actually in Washington,
Colorado.
in the state of
I
Washington.
believe my highest mark was
Yes.
75. If you like spice, that's your main goal. You're going to go higher than me. I'm
Why
gonna give
wouldn't
it
it help with
74.
glaucoma?
74.
Wow. Nice.
Fantastic, fantastic. I like the spice. I don't think it's too hot at all. I think it's exactly what you want. Great if you're eating like chicken nuggets or something really greasy and you want to cut
Munchies.
through.
Which I normally am.
Yeah, like Taco Bell. You got a big plate of Taco Bell.
At breakfast.
You want to clear the palate. You're grabbing this each and every time. Wonderful.
Yeah.
75.
Salute.
Pros.
Nice. Here's Well, interesting to hear you guys. I wonder if it's the Texas thing.
You're sweating a little
To
bit.
me, I literally
You
am
are
sweating.
sweating.
To me, this is real hot. I literally am sweating. Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah, and you guys are pretty. That's
There's
maybe
a tear,
they're on the
small tear.
border of Mexico.
really
and,
move.
Are you emotional?
a little verklempt. It's brought me to tears. No, I like it. It's and sometimes I do like the heat. Right now, I'm getting over a cold. I feel good about that
Oh, it's a
process.
cleansing.
Yeah, it's a little hotter than I like, and there is the chipotle. I mean, you definitely. And that, if you haven't had Chipotle, it's got a smoky quality. And again, it's kind of you love it or hate it. I'm not as huge a fan of that, as there's a little bit of leather, kind of smoky flavor there. This is probably my least favorite of the four. I love them all. So, yeah. Well, you know,
That's his opinion. That's it.
wait, are we in America?
Last time I checked.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's still very complex, lots of flavors. And here, I'll tell you what I did with this. I had tried this a while ago, and I don't know if Tom Burns is watching. He's another Bloody Mary freak like me, and he and I were talking about this very mix, and he and I do the exact same thing. We mix it half and half with this and the classic.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Huh.
Yeah. But on its own, it's a little much for me. I'm a little overwhelmed. So I'm going to give it a 0. Just seeing if Demitri is still watching.
Yeah. No, he is.
No, it's still real solid. But I'd probably give it like just the 70.
Wow.
That's
Just to
we
put
had
it in
anything below
perspective.
70 tonight?
I don't think
69.
so.
I pissed you off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
It came out. The classic was a little.
No, I lied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Salty.
yeah, I'm going to give it a 70.
Great scores.
Okay, well,
And then-
actually, real quick interjection as the social media person. Michael
We're still
Took
doing that?
says that the gang in Nogales loves the chilies and peppers in their Michaelitas.
Micheladas.
Micheladas.
Micheladas. Clamado.
And that they use clamato.
in the house.
Woo, Mexico.
Yeah, really.
And I'm going to just say, though, clamato, third ingredient, high fructose corn syrup.
I love it. That's why it tastes so good.
That's exactly.
It's that.
That's what I look for. I wish it was a little higher on the
Nope.
list, but
Yep.
Nope.
Vinny? No.
Nope.
Yeah.
this is a good one.
Anyway, okay, so my review of the habanero is
Adam's dying for.
I don't like spice, so it's really hot for
I
me.
tell you that.
But
Oh, right.
I would give it a
Yeah.
higher rating just because, excuse me, I know that other people would like it, so I'll still go with like a 65.
What?
Okay.
I don't know. It's just,
That's-
it's too hot for me.
That's
but
Get your spice
That's
on.
good.
But
That's
I know that other people
It's a
like it.
respectable score, I think. You know.
Get
I
your
mean,
spice on.
it's still not an entry level mix. Even at a 65, clearly that's not an entry level.
I didn't rate those other ones that high. Come on.
That's true. I mean, oh, that's true. Absolutely.
That's right. We're in the last 5
I
minutes.
promised I
Can we
would
close
finish
this out
out
with some song and dance.
completely talking like Rolf.
Yes, you are.
And that's what I'm going to do.
Ralph, please call in at 608-352-0880.
Yeah, where's Roll?
Maybe I should
Just a
go
couple
off
minutes
camera and
left.
call in.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up. Okay, we've taken a simple cocktail and turned it into a colossal waste of time. I mean,
Absolutely.
anyone watching,
Vanessa
60 minutes in,
is
take a
telling me
look
I'm
at
a
yourself.
sissy.
Yeah.
What?
Vanessa's telling me I'm a sissy.
She is.
Yeah,
Vanessa.
no, well,
I'm gonna
you
give her
are.
a thumbs up. I'm gonna give her a thumbs up because I know I am.
Okay, all right. Well, we have had a ball, have we? not?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we sing?
We're gonna go off camera, and then we always debrief. We like to kind of go through and finish this, and kind of talk about what we could have done better.
Average
and,
out the scores a little bit.
Right, and that
Okay.
basically what that means is that we're gonna have cigars, and finish off everything that we haven't had so far. Wow. So that was Dimitri's Bloody Mary mix. Thanks for joining us. A phenomenal product. I mean, those are the highest marks by far.
Well done,
on
Demitri.
any of them, yeah. So tune in next time. We'll keep you updated, but it's going to be the Remedy Bloody Mary mix that we do next out of Holman, Wisconsin. And until then, we hope that you all stay good and high.
Gracias, Demitri.
Hasta
Cheers.
later.
Salud.
Later, Hosen.
I don't actually know how to turn it off, so.